Phrasal verb 56. Carry out. It means to perform or complete a task.
Example 1. The chef asked the sous chef to carry out the instructions precisely for the recipe. Example 2. The team was assigned to carry out a market research study to gather data. Example 3. It's important to carry out regular maintenance checks on your vehicle to ensure its proper functioning.
Phrasal verb 57. Point out. It means to indicate or highlight something.
Example 1. The teacher pointed out the correct answers on the board. Example 2. He kindly pointed out the direction to the nearest bus stop. Example 3. During the presentation, she pointed out the key features of the product.
Phrasal verb 58. Give in. It means to surrender or yield to something or someone. Example
1. After hours of negotiation, he finally decided to give in and accept the terms of the agreement. Example 2. The child kept begging for candy, and eventually, the parent gave in and bought it for them. Example 3. Despite her initial resistance, she couldn't resist the temptation and eventually gave in to her cravings for chocolate.
Phrasal verb 59. Throw away. It means to discard or get rid of something.
Example 1. He decided to throw away his old, broken toys and make space for new ones. Example 2. Instead of fixing the broken chair, she chose to throw it away and buy a new one. Example 3. Don't throw away the empty bottle. We can recycle it.
Phrasal verb 60. Come back. It means return to a previous location or state.
Example 1. I forgot my keys at home, so I had to come back to get them. Example 2. After a long trip, it's always nice to come back to your own bed. Example 3. Don't worry. Your lost dog will likely come back home on its own.
Phrasal verb 61. Set up. It means to arrange or prepare something.
Example 1. She set up the table with plates, glasses, and silverware for dinner. Example 2. They set up a meeting to discuss the project details. Example 3. He helped his friend set up a new computer by connecting all the cables and installing the software.
Phrasal verb 62. Bring in. It means to introduce or include someone or something.
Example 1. The company decided to bring in a new consultant to help with the project. Example 2. We should bring in more plants to liven up the office space. Example 3. The teacher asked the students to bring in their favorite books for a classroom reading session.
Phrasal verb 63. Turn up. It means to increase the volume or intensity of something, such as sound or a particular situation.
Example 1. The music was too quiet, so I turned up the volume to enjoy it better. Example 2. Can you turn up the heat in the room? It's a bit chilly. Example 3. His unexpected arrival really turned up the excitement at the party.
Phrasal verb 64. Go over. It means to review or examine something.
Example 1. Before submitting your essay, make sure to go over it for any spelling or grammar mistakes. Example 2. The teacher asked the students to go over their notes before the exam. Example 3. He took some time to go over the financial reports to ensure accuracy.
Phrasal verb 65. Fall apart. It means to break or disintegrate completely.
Example 1. The old house was in such a state of disrepair that it was starting to fall apart. Example 2. After the intense pressure and stress, she felt like she was going to fall apart emotionally. Example 3. The cheaply made toy fell apart after just a few days of use.
Phrasal verb 66. Put out. It means to extinguish or quench.
Example 1. He put out the candle before leaving the room. Example 2. The firefighters worked hard to put out the raging fire. Example 3. She used a fire extinguisher to put out the small kitchen fire.
Phrasal verb 67. Add up. It means to calculate or sum up.
Example 1. Can you help me add up these numbers to find the total? Example 2. The expenses for the month added up to more than I expected. Example 3. I like to keep track of my expenses by adding up the receipts at the end of each day.
Phrasal verb 68. Get by. It means to manage or survive with limited resources or abilities.
Example 1. I couldn't afford a new car, so I had to get by with my old one. Example 2. During the power outage, we had to get by with candles for lighting. Example 3. Despite not having much experience, she managed to get by in the job by asking for help and learning on the go.
Phrasal verb 69. Eat out. It means to dine at a restaurant or eat outside the home.
Example 1. I don't feel like cooking tonight. Let's eat out instead. Example 2. We decided to eat out to celebrate our anniversary. Example 3. When I'm traveling, I prefer to eat out and try local cuisine.
Phrasal verb 70. Wash up. It means to clean one's hands and face, typically before a meal or as part of personal hygiene.
Example 1. Before dinner, it's important to wash up to ensure your hands are clean. Example 2. After playing outside, the children came inside to wash up before eating. Example 3. He splashed water on his face to wash up and feel refreshed in the morning.
Phrasal verb 71. Go by. It means to be guided or influenced by.
Example 1. When making decisions, I usually go by my intuition and gut feeling. Example 2. It's important to go by the traffic rules and signals when driving. Example 3. In this restaurant, the chef's recommendations are what I usually go by when ordering a meal.
Phrasal verb 72. Turn off. It means to stop the operation or functioning of something, typically by switching it off or deactivating it.
Example 1. Please remember to turn off the lights when you leave the room to save electricity. Example 2. I can't concentrate on my work with the TV on, so I'll turn it off. Example 3. Don't forget to turn off your phone during the movie to avoid disturbing others.
Phrasal verb 73. Check out. It means to settle a bill and leave.
Example 1. After enjoying my stay at the hotel, I went to the reception desk to check out. Example 2. The librarian asked me to return the book and check it out from the library system. Example 3. We decided to visit the new restaurant in town and checked out the menu before making our order.
Phrasal verb 74. Mix up. It means to confuse or combine incorrectly.
Example 1. I mixed up the ingredients and accidentally added salt instead of sugar to the cake batter. Example 2. The identical twins often dress alike, which can mix up people who don't know them well. Example 3. Please be careful not to mix up the files. Each one has important information.
Phrasal verb 75. Fill in. It means to provide missing information or details.
Example 1. Please fill in your name, address, and contact information on the registration form. Example 2. Can you fill in the missing words in this sentence? Example 3. I'll be out of the office tomorrow, so could you fill in for me and handle any urgent requests?
Phrasal verb 76. Hold on. It means wait or remain in a position.
Example 1. Please hold on for a moment while I fetch your order from the kitchen. Example 2. The bus is about to leave, but if you hurry, you can still hold on and catch it. Example 3. Hold on to the railing while walking down the stairs to ensure your safety.
Phrasal verb 77. Tear up. It means to rip or shred something.
Example 1. The little girl accidentally tore up her drawing when she dropped it. Example 2. He angrily tore up the letter and threw the pieces into the trash. Example 3. The dog got hold of the newspaper and started to tear it up with excitement.
Phrasal verb 78. Let down. It means to disappoint or fail someone.
Example 1. I trusted him to complete the project on time, but he let me down by missing the deadline. Example 2. She was excited about the movie, but it let her down as it didn't meet her expectations. Example 3. The team's performance in the final game let down their supporters who were hoping for a win.
Phrasal verb 79. Do without. It means to manage or survive without something.
Example 1. I forgot my lunch today, so I had to do without and eat at the cafeteria. Example 2. We didn't have electricity for a few hours, but we managed to do without by using candles. Example 3. Sarah decided to do without her phone for a week to focus on her studies.
Phrasal verb 80. Go away. It means leave or depart from this place.
Example 1. The dog barked at the stranger, hoping they would go away. Example 2. When I asked my little brother to leave my room, he stubbornly refused to go away. Example 3. The dark clouds started to gather, indicating that the storm was approaching, and we knew it was time to go away from the beach.
Phrasal verb 81. Bring up. It means to mention or raise a topic.
Example 1. During the family dinner, John brought up the idea of going on a vacation together. Example 2. The teacher encouraged the students to bring up any questions they had during the class. Example 3. Sarah brought up her concerns about the project during the team meeting.
Phrasal verb 82. Look out. It means be cautious or watchful.
Example 1. Look out. There's a car coming. Example 2. When hiking in the forest, it's important to look out for snakes. Example 3. The lifeguard shouted, "Look out," to warn swimmers of the approaching waves.
Phrasal verb 83. Go on. It means continue or proceed with something.
Example 1. The teacher asked the students to go on with their reading assignment. Example 2. Despite facing challenges, she decided to go on and pursue her dreams. Example 3. After a short break, the concert will go on with the next performance.
Phrasal verb 84. Shut down. It means to close or stop operation.
Example 1. The factory shut down due to financial difficulties. Example 2. Please remember to shut down your computer before leaving. Example 3. The amusement park shuts down during the winter season.
Phrasal verb 85. Put off. It means to postpone or delay something.
Example 1. The meeting has been put off until next week due to scheduling conflicts. Example 2. We decided to put off our vacation plans until the weather improves. Example 3. She put off studying for the exam until the night before, causing unnecessary stress.
Phrasal verb 86. Blow up. It means to explode or burst violently.
Example 1. The balloon blew up when I accidentally popped it with a needle. Example 2. The fireworks display was amazing, with colorful explosions lighting up the sky. Example 3. Be careful with that gas canister, as it can blow up if mishandled.
Phrasal verb 87. Come up with. It means generate an idea or solution.
Example 1. I had to come up with a plan for the project. Example 2. She always comes up with creative ideas for our team. Example 3. Can you come up with a name for our new business?
Phrasal verb 88. Get in. It means to enter or arrive at a place.
Example 1. Please get in the car. We're running late for the movie. Example 2. The train is about to depart. Hurry up and get in. Example 3. She waved from the window as her plane was getting in at the airport.
Phrasal verb 89. Grow up. It means mature or reach adulthood.
Example 1. When you grow up, you'll understand why certain things are important. Example 2. It's time for you to start taking on more responsibilities and act like you're growing up. Example 3. As children grow up, they develop new skills and gain a better understanding of the world.
Phrasal verb 90. Find out. It means, discover or obtain information about something.
Example 1. I called the library to find out if the book I wanted was available. Example 2. He was curious to find out the secret ingredient in the recipe. Example 3. She checked her email to find out if she had received any new messages.
Phrasal verb 91. Pay back. It means, to repay or return owed money.
Example 1. I borrowed $20 from my friend and promised to pay it back next week. Example 2. After receiving the loan, he immediately started making plans to pay back the bank. Example 3. She was grateful for the help and wanted to find a way to pay back her parents' kindness.
Phrasal verb 92. Come across. It means, to encounter or find unexpectedly.
Example 1. I was cleaning out my attic when I came across an old photo album. Example 2. While walking in the park, I came across a lost puppy. Example 3. As I was reading a book, I came across an interesting quote that caught my attention.
Phrasal verb 93. Keep up. It means, maintain the same pace or level.
Example 1. During the race, she struggled to keep up with the leading runners. Example 2. The teacher spoke quickly, so the students had to listen attentively to keep up with the lesson. Example 3. If you want to excel in this class, you need to study regularly to keep up with the material.
Phrasal verb 94. Drop by. It means, to visit someone briefly and informally.
Example 1. I'm in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd drop by your house to say hello. Example 2. If you're ever in town, feel free to drop by my office for a chat. Example 3. She often drops by her parents' house on weekends to spend time with them.
Phrasal verb 95. Back out. It means, to withdraw or retreat from a commitment or agreement.
Example 1. Sarah promised to help me with the project, but she backed out at the last minute. Example 2. The team was supposed to participate in the competition, but they backed out due to lack of preparation. Example 3. John initially agreed to lend me money, but he backed out when he realized the risks involved.
Phrasal verb 96. Run away. It means, to escape or flee from a place.
Example 1. The scared cat ran away when it heard a loud noise. Example 2. The child threatened to run away from home after being scolded by their parents. Example 3. The prisoner managed to run away from the police during the chaos.
Phrasal verb 97. Give up. It means, stop trying or surrendering completely.
Example 1. After numerous failed attempts, he decided to give up on solving the puzzle. Example 2. She was exhausted and decided to give up running the marathon halfway. Example 3. Despite the challenges, they refused to give up on their dreams.
Phrasal verb 98. Call off. It means, cancel or terminate an event or activity.
Example 1. They had to call off the picnic because of the thunderstorm. Example 2. The teacher called off the class field trip due to transportation issues. Example 3. The concert was called off at the last minute because the lead singer fell ill.
Phrasal verb 99. Walk away. It means, to leave a situation or relationship without further engagement or confrontation.
Example 1. After a heated argument, she decided to take a deep breath and walk away. Example 2. Despite the tempting offer, he chose to walk away from the business deal due to ethical concerns. Example 3. When faced with negativity, it's sometimes best to maintain your peace of mind and simply walk away.
Phrasal verb 100. Work out. It means, exercise or engage in physical activity.
Example 1. I work out at the gym every morning to stay fit and healthy. Example 2. She enjoys working out in the park by jogging and doing yoga. Example 3. It's important to find a form of exercise that you enjoy so that you'll be motivated to work out regularly.